Once again, we're back. Now, Kawhi Leonard, you guarded LeBron James mostly in the 2013 NBA Finals, and that's when we seen you on the major stage really shine. I mean, what was your approach?
Um, Make him take a shot. Probably, probably didn't want to take.
Okay, what was your mental focus? Because you sometimes guarded Dwayne Wade, then you switch.
Well, whatever Pop wanted me, you know, assignment. It was up to the. It's up to them.
Okay, literally, we understand that. I mean, what is your give us your take on what happened in 2013 when you went there? What?
It's a cartoon behind me. Pretty funny. He hit the rabbit.
All right, and we're back. Let's take you back, LeBron, and see if we can't jar that memory. Let's take you back to the controversy,
What controversy?
the one we were touching on the last episode. It seemed like just another promotional piece for LeBron. You made the cover of Vogue, but all hell broke loose after that photo shoot.
Oh man, you done went and brought that up. Don't nobody remember that no more.
Yep, and that's why we're bringing it up. You almost got a black woman terminated behind the scenes.
Nah, that's just speculation. They always bring things up.
Well, let's go and talk about it. LeBron James, most glorified athlete ever at that time. 2008, he was the guy. He was the rising star of the NBA. He makes this Vogue cover shoot with Giselle Bridchen, actually the wife now of Tom Brady. And at this time, they take a Vogue magazine cover photo. And why are you letting them depict you as King Kong? The cover was clearly disrespectful, and many were very offended who saw this. Now, Vogue magazine has a very large Caucasian following. It's not a lot of African Americans that read this magazine. This fits into the psyche of a lot of Caucasian, white, whatever you want to call it, women. They mostly buy Vogue and watch or read the Vogue, not your normal demographic. Why would you make this stereotypical position?
Man, I was just taking a photo. We took a lot of pictures. That was just one of many photos we took. I don't know why the photographer decided to do that. I've never worked with him again. Just again, when I do something, it's magnified. I didn't look, but are you aware of the King Kong scenario? Oh man, that's just people talking. I mean, they try to make anything.
I mean, your mouth is open, LeBron. You're yelling, you're dribbling the ball.
Man, this supposed to be about my championships. This ain't got nothing to do with basketball.
You're dribbling a basketball on the cover, LeBron. You have the model in your arms.
Man, this is about a bunch of nothing, man. This is about a bunch of nothing. I mean, I ain't got to defend this. I ain't trying to get nobody fired.
Well, that's not how it looked to the rest of the world. This King Kong analogy has been going on for quite some time as describing African American men. King Kong, the character, was created to be a representation of an African American man in a derogatory way.
I ain't know that.
Well, now you know. And besides that, she took a photo with George Clooney and it was entirely different from Vogue. They would never do that to his character. And this is what Jamel Hill at ESPN was trying to prepare you for, Bron. And you saw her article and you were offended. And you called ESPN.
I didn't do any of that. I didn't do any of that.
Well, allegedly, your people called ESPN, saw the article, LeBron should be more careful with his image, and you complain. Let's go over what she said.
No, man, I ain't want to hear that. I'm going to the bathroom. I'll be back. You can keep talking.
Well, while he's going to the bathroom, we'll keep telling you what happened. She said, in case you haven't seen the cover, LeBron has Giselle in one hand and a basketball in the other. LeBron is dressed in basketball gear with his muscles flexing, tattoos showing, and bared teeth. Giselle, on the other hand, is wearing a gorgeous, slim fitting dress and smiling. She looks like she's on her way to something fashionable and exciting. He looks like he's on his way to a pickup game for serial killers. Now, maybe the point was to show the contrast between brawn and beauty, masculinity versus femininity, strength versus grace, but Vogue's quest to highlight the differences between superstar athletes and supermodels only successfully reinforces the animalistic stereotypes frequently associated with black athletes. A black athlete being reduced to a savage is sadly nothing new, but this cover gave you the double bonus of having LeBron and Giselle strike a pose that others have noted and drawn in striking resemblance to racially charged images of King Kong enveloping his very fair-skinned lady love interest. LeBron is just the third male ever to appear on the Vogue cover. But it's hard to believe Vogue would have made Brett Favre, Steve Nash, or David Beckham strike his best beast pose. And even if Vogue had, it wouldn't have carried the same racial undertones as having a fear-induced black man paired with a dainty damsel in distress. Black athletes are presented as angry, overly aggressive, and overly sexual, or sometimes just plain emasculated. The examples of this are endless. Sports Illustrated cover in 2002 had Charles Barkley chained like a slave. Ricky Williams was wearing a dress on ESPN's cover in 1999. And while it didn't appear in the magazine, Terrell Owens and Nicolette Sheridan's intimate encounter tease from Monday Night Football gave viewers a sexualized image of a black man. The fact the shirtless black male cover athlete is pretty much a staple, reinforcing the idea that black athletes are blessed with physical characteristics not mental ones. So, what do you think about that, LeBron?
I think it's full of it, to be honest. I came back and listened to you talk. That's disgusting. That's just a bunch of nonsense. That's her just making things up in her mind that's not even there. I mean, who cares? It's just a cover. I mean, nobody cares about that. It don't mean anything. And when she says LeBron was the first African American male to grace the cover, too bad it would be memorable for the wrong reasons. I think that's wrong. I just feel that that whole statement was just wrong. And, I mean, that's kind of slanderous. I mean, as a black woman, I'm the first black male to make the cover. And that should be the talk. She should be writing an article about that, not just trying to find a way to attack LeBron James. And I think she mad because, I beat the Detroit Pistons that year and we went to the NBA Finals. She's from Detroit. So I think that's probably what she was thinking. Like, yeah, I'm from Detroit. Yeah, he beat my team. Yeah, I'm going to get him back. So she kind of got what she deserved.
Now, let's move on. D Wade, Agent Star. You guys make it back to the NBA Finals. You're balling out of control. You're jumping higher. You're flying. You're soaring. But this guy seemed to be giving you fits. His name is Kawhi Leonard. He was here earlier, but he got stuck on cartoons.
Yeah, yeah. I've never really played him a lot because they were on the West. We went up against him twice, and I guess Pop liked the way he played defense on me, so he decided to put him on me and stuff. I mean, he made things difficult. He's a great player. He made things really hard for D Wade. D Wade couldn't really get into his positions because, he got those long arms and them big hands. He's getting the hands on balls, getting a lot of steals, and I was, pretty much having my way. I don't think he stopped me at all, but I think I had my game pretty well done, and I think they came up short, and we got a great help from Ray Allen.
A lot of people said Ray Allen saved your career.
They never gonna give me my credit. I truly deserve.
If that Ray Allen don't hit that shot, you're probably out of Miami that year. You had a very bad 30, 40 seconds, couple of turnovers, missed threes, and they were one free throw away from winning the NBA championship.
I mean, that's how it goes in the league. It's why you play to 0-0-0. You know, I mean, we all trying to make something happen at the last minute. Ray had a big shot. I mean, that's why I gave him the ball.
Well, they got a rebound. Bosch got it. He made the pass. A lot of people felt Duncan should have been in the game and not taken out, on defense.
Well, they were going offense defense with Timmy. Tim was at the end, mostly the twilight of his career, so they felt like we had an advantage on the court. And after the missed free throw, they didn't have another timeout or whatever to get Timmy into the game. Um, but there's no say he was gonna get the rebound anyway. We did what we had to do, and we won. Second championship. Things are looking nice, and then it was party time.
Again, it's party time. You guys are the biggest things in the world. Your ego is going through the roof. And now things starting to change. Well, first, I started talking to Dwayne about we should give LeBron an extension this year. He said, I think he would appreciate that. So I tried to talk to his team, and I ran into the guy that represents him, a guy named Maverick Carter. And I said, we want to talk about an extension. And he said, well, hold fast. LeBron's finna go on a little trip right now. Yeah, they finna go on a little trip. So when they come back, then yeah, we'll sit down and talk. We've never had that talk. That was in the beginning of camp. We haven't even played a preseason game. I didn't want it to linger on. I was going to talk about an extension right at the beginning of the season, going for the third title. You know, LeBron was focused on getting 3 championships and pulling off a three-peat. And going into the season, he seemed distracted. He seemed disinterested in a lot of things that were happening. He wanted rules changed that had been there since he'd been there. He wanted us to start letting more of his entourage in. He started bringing camera crews to do certain publicity things, and he hadn't cleared it with anyone. He was becoming a prima donna. And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. This isn't going to happen. Not here, not ever. We're going to let this happen. If I wouldn't let D. Wade do this, Dwayne couldn't do it. I'm not going to let LeBron do it. And he was offended.
I bring him 2 championships, and he embarrassed me in front of all these people I brought. But it's okay. I'm gonna show him. I'm leaving. He don't even know it. I'm gonna go back to Cleveland. He making me mad, embarrassing me. All I'm trying to do is win a championship. So all I'm trying to do.
Well, LeBron, you can't have everything your way.
Why not? They wouldn't have did this to Jordan. Jordan get to do whatever he want to do, and I can't. That ain't fair. I put all this work in too. Everybody got a problem with me.
And let's go Eastern Conference Finals. You guys are playing the Indiana Pacers, and they're really digging into you. Well, we play the Pacers, and LeBron is having a hard time at that series, and I'm like banged up. And Chris, we had to lean on Bosh all the day, man. Chris was huge for us because I was worn out, and we shouldn't even have won. You know, it was a hard series, but I felt like we might not win this one because Brian Mine wasn't really there, and he was just playing, but it was something wrong with him. He was very distant that series.
I had a lot of physical elements going on that season. We could talk about that later, man. I don't. I think we should take a time out. Because I felt like against Indiana, I gave it my all, and I probably burnt myself out there. Just to try to get us and carry us to the finals because I've seen the whole team struggling. But we'll leave it there. Look, if you don't want to play that way, when you burn yourself out and you just quit the rest of the series because you feel like you got nothing else left to give, then if you don't want to play that way, don't play that way. Okay. Break.